Inflation has been steadily climbing over the last couple of weeks. We were just talking about inflation at 3% levels in November, and now it has climbed up steadily to reach first that figure of just under 6% about 3 weeks back, climbing up further to 6.68% for the week ending March 12th, then further up for the week ending March 22nd to 7%, and now it is at a 7.4% level. So obviously it means that there is no easing off as far as rising prices are concerned. Prices are rising across the board. Everything is getting more expensive, from fruits, vegetables, steel prices, cement. That's all having a ripple off effect on driving up prices. But more important is the entire situation as far as global commodity prices are concerned. We do know that there is a shortage of commodities globally. We know that globally commodity prices have been rising, and that's putting a lot of pressure on inflation across economies. So it's a phenomena that is not being faced not just by India but by a lot of economies worldwide that have seen inflation steadily climb up. But of course, this is a big cause of worry for a government that's now in election mode. The government will have to step in and take some emergency actions. We know that a cabinet committee on prices had taken some action about 10 days back, but it's just been 10 days since those moves have been initiated, which included, of course, duty cuts on key items like edible oils, palm oils. But an impact of all those measures will be seen only in the next 2 weeks. But for now, will the government step in and take more action? Well, that's what indications are coming in, that with inflation at such a high of 7.4%, the government will have to once again step in and take some action. Action is definitely expected on the front of steel prices. We know the Cabinet Committee on Prices will again meet next week and take some sort of decision as far as steel prices are concerned. Of course, today is that very mega foreign trade policy, and we know that the foreign trade policy will also be largely governed by inflation pressures of the government and the entire effort to actually increase and improve supplies of key items by actually discouraging exports and encouraging imports. So, well, exporters may be in for a bit of a disappointment today, because Commerce Minister Kamal Nath will obviously have more political rather than economic compulsions when he unveils that policy in just about an hour or so, and he is likely to announce more measures to actually cool off prices by disincentivizing exports of key essential items that are actually pushing up all those prices. But for now, definitely a 7.41 figure has come as quite a shocker for all of us. Back to you, Ankita.
Right, Shweta, what can we expect to really see the government do now? Are interest rates likely to go up?
Well, absolutely. We've seen a number of fiscal side measures coming in, Ankita, when the government, when the Cabinet Committee of Prices met and imposed those duty cuts and also ban on export of certain items, making imports easier. So, on one hand, we'll see a lot of action on the fiscal sides, which is the entire duty cuts and also the import and export of key items, wherein we export of all those items. But also on the monetary side, of course, we expect the government now to actually go ahead and probably take some sort of harsh measures as far as interest rates are concerned. The RBI credit policy, of course, is scheduled for the 29th of April, but we may actually see RBI stepping in even earlier to take some sort of action, and that's still 2 weeks away from now. One step that we definitely expect is an increase in the cash reserve ratio, or the CRR, that will actually suck out some sort of liquidity from the system, the excess money supply that's possibly driving up those prices. But whether we'll see a direct raise in interest rates or not, but at least for now, you can expect further hardening of interest rates taking place in the next couple of weeks. We'll actually now go across to our correspondent Ruhi Khan, who's joining us from Bombay. Ruhi, obviously rising prices is continuing to be a bigger and bigger cause of worry for households. How are they seeming to cope up with all that?
Well, absolutely, Shweta. The rising prices and especially the new figures of inflation that have been out have caused a lot of grief and agitation amongst consumers in Mumbai. They have said that they've spoken about this for several days now, but the government has failed to rectify the prices. They were so angry that they refused to come and talk on camera. They're saying that all their pleas are falling on deaf ears. But they've told us that in a city like Mumbai, where the real estate prices are extremely high, where transportation also adds a huge burden to their wallets, the rise in food prices, it's only making their lifestyle suffer. terrible setbacks now. They've also told us that in Mumbai the savings are basically nil. So everything they earn are now being spent on rent and the escalating food prices in the city. But it seems like to the number of people that we spoke earlier that they have given up their hope with the government to actually make a correction in food prices to make their life stable. They have said that incomes haven't risen in the city as much as the rise in prices are affecting them. So it seems like a very disappointing place, Mumbai, at the moment with this rise in inflation once again.